What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live. Got Big Boy Prints himself over here, the DTF man, Cosmos Graphics. Hey, how y'all doing? Let y'all introduce yourself to the crowd. I'm the Lost Entrepreneur. You guys already know. Do t-shirt business over here. I guess I'm gonna start interviewing other entrepreneurs and stuff, but I'm gonna let Cosmo Graphics and Big Boy introduce themselves. What's up?
So, man, you want to go first, Big Boy?
Oh yeah, how y'all doing, man? Big Boy Prince. Appreciate y'all having me on, man. I don't know how to explain. I guess I just man, I do DTF. I sell DTF supplies, printers, ink, powder, film, YouTube. We teach people how to convert printers. We teach them how to maintenance and show them all the neat and unique things that you can do with DTF. So if you need anything, we definitely specialize in the supplies. So if you need anything, man, hit me up, Big Boy Prince. I'm gonna send you my link, so if they ever need, they can just hit my links in the description. But we across the board with Big Boy Prince, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. Big Boy Prince across the board.
You good? All right. So, Cosmo Graphics just started out this business about almost a year and a half ago, and just got this white ink toner printer right here. I'm assuming it's similar to TTF. I never used TTF. I'm able to do prints like this, so I'm still learning the game, man. I'm still learning the t-shirt business. Still learning how to perfect my craft. I mean, I've learned enough to where I'm comfortable selling shirts now, but I'm still learning every day. Still learning, to better my business, and especially still learning this new equipment that I got right here. So, I'm still here learning, man. And a question for Big Boy: isn't white ink toner printer like DTF, or you don't know? Because that's what I've heard.
It's different. It's a different process. I think it's a little bit different than the white toner. Yeah, it's kind of the same, but it's different. I think the DTF is a little bit cheaper than the white toner. But I think the white toner, you don't really have to worry about the maintenance, I think it is.
No, I can leave this thing off for months and it will not go bad.
Yeah. Oh, that's really. Oh, and I think that. Oh, I'm sorry. And I think that's because it has like a self cleaning.
Well, it's a laser printer. Yeah, and then I can convert it to sublimation, and also I can convert it to regular, and I can always convert it back. So I can make a sublimation printer and always convert it back. But DTF, is it only for shirts? Because I know for this right here, and I want to show. I have this paper right here, and I'm able to submit this on wood, metal, cardboard, like basically anything.
The same way.
So same thing with DTF.
All we do is put DTF on different things. You know what I mean? Like we put it on glass. We just did a big Christmas thing. We made ornaments. I mean, we put it it's just like vinyl. Vinyl has an adhesive background. We have an adhesive powder that we adhere to. I don't know too many things that we haven't been able to put DTF on. I mean, that's all we do. I guess you could call a research and development, department. That's all they do. And if you go to my group, especially Big Boy Press, man, we put it on everything. We put it on literally everything.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, because I want to know like what's better. You know what I mean? Like if it's the same, it's will this last longer? Will DTF last longer? Because I'm still trying to learn that. Like, do I want to invest into a bigger white ink toner printer, or do I want to get a DTF?
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. So this is what I'm gonna tell you. I like to keep it real. That's what I.
Oh yeah, that's
we guys.
Exactly.
Hey,
that's how you got to do. Keep it real all the time.
Yeah, keep it real, man. So, I'm here to learn, man.
So from my understanding, first off, we're gonna talk about the longevity. From my understanding, the longevity of DTF is, I think it's a lot longer. If you see the shirt that I was wearing in the flyer, I got that a year ago, and I did a live on it, unboxing these tees and things, and it still looks great. I just took that picture not too long ago. So, and DTF is, the reason, me personally, if you have a lot of money, man, don't go white toner. Well, I would still want to go white toner because the longevity in DTF is a little bit better from my understanding.
But I
But
got
if
sweet
you're
deal
going,
on that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so, and I think it's kind of go like both ways because it's like the same thing. You can take a regular. Hold on. Let me start over. I'll go DTF because it is affordable for the regular working person. You can go find a DTF printer. Excuse me. You can go find a regular Epson printer on Marketplace, on eBay, and you can convert this printer yourself like sublimation. That's why I think one of the reasons sublimation is so big, because it doesn't cost as much money to get into it. Now with DTF, you can buy a $26,000 printer, or you can go find you a printer on eBay or Marketplace and Facebook for $500 and convert it. $300. I bought them as cheap as $100. It just, you have to be smart. Like I say, when you are kind of strapped for money, if you don't have all the money in the world, then you find ways to do things to make things happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's how I built this business. It's on a budget and trying to build, trying to work my way from the bottom to the top. You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
and my buddy, hooked me up. He gave me this for 800 with the program.
Oh, that's
For
not
that
bad at
printer
all.
with the
That's pretty
program
good.
too. And that
Yeah,
program alone is 1100. And
exactly.
the ink, he gave me full ink, $1,500 just for the ink alone. So it's
Good
crazy, man.
Lord.
But the price that it's not cheap, but I could do a lot with it though. Like I could buy like glitter ink with it. I can make temporary tattoos, but they cost money though, like $700-800 for the kit. But
Ooh.
I don't know, man, because I'm still like learning, man. Because you do you do also DTG as well, direct to garment, or no?
No. I can't.
Now,
I'm sorry.
no, is you think that's better than DTF, or because
Of
if I don't want to sell
course not.
transfers,
No. Let me
no,
explain something to you.
yeah,
So DTG came out first. So now all the people that have a DTG machine are converting their DTG machines, converting them so they can make transfers. You know what I mean?
oh, okay,
Because
yeah,
that's a whole nother form of revenue. Why would we
It's-
want DTG? We
Speaking
losing
on
out on
that,
money.
I seen
that's true.
the Rico
That's true.
1000. I was just looking at a video of that, and it's a DTG printer, but they were putting film in it to make DTF basically transfers. So if you do go DTG, you can also have a business where you're making the transfers as well. So you can be a multitasking business, but it depends on what you're doing. It's just you have to set it up, do it, like transfer it, do the different process. But looking into something like that, of course, you got to have the money up front, but that's an investment. Once you make that investment, you're able to do DTF and you're able to do that. But like Big Boy was saying, for the average worker trying to get into this business, trying to just get started, you can do that later on and start with a regular Epson converted printer, learn how it goes, learn how you do the maintenance, and just learn how your business goes, so that way you know all the information.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess what I would say is like a DTG, even a cheap one is like $5,000 to $10,000. I would just buy me you know what? I tell people right now, you can go grab your P5000, a brand new printer from Epson, brand new with a warranty, $2,000. Buy everything you need to convert it. Probably gonna run you another $500, and you have a DTF printer for about $2,500, maybe $3,000 after you get all the software, and you can do what all these other printers and stuff can do for, like, it's like a fraction of the price. A DTG
Exactly.
Used 5,000, new is 10, 20,000.
Wow.
You know, why would I pay 10, 20,000 when I could just pay 5,000 to get the same warranty with Epson? You know, convert it myself, and I can do the same thing that they can do. If not, they're limited. They have to pay extra money to turn their printer into a DTF to print transfers to make
Exactly.
more. So I would never even buy a DTG for what? You know what I'm saying? That's just
Yeah.
wasted money.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I'm
instead of
learning.
yeah. So you want to be able to with this here, not only can you sell to people who want shirts, but you can sell to the people who making shirts too. So that's a whole. I mean, that's just. I tell people when you get into DTF right now, I wouldn't even worry about putting DTF on the shirt. Make your money selling it to the people who don't have DTF, but they ordering transfers. You know how long it take to get transfers from a company?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
What about a week?
Because
When I ordered from Supercolor, it took about a couple days, about a week.
About a week.
Yeah.
I can print it up. I can print it up, have it ready in 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about selling my transfers too. Because my boss that sold it to me, he said that he sold his transfers, but it's just I'm still trying to figure out the formula because the way you got to do it is that it's not this paper; it's a transfer. But let's say it's this right here. So you have this, then you have the adhesive side. You got to press it first, but you have to have a certain heat press to make sure it's right. Then once you peel it, then you can sell the transfers. But I'm still trying to like master that. You know what I mean? To put the adhesive. Now I have a StarCraft 50x15 clamshell. It doesn't really work because feel like it's not really getting enough pressure what it needs.
Yeah.
But with my swing away StarCraft, it works perfectly. So I don't, because I'm gonna be sending you some transfers, Lost Entrepreneur, so you can. Because I already made him some transfers and a shirt. Doing this, but I don't know.
Video on it.
Yeah, but
well,
I don't know because
how big is that print?
It's just standard right here. I mean, there's a new one out that can print like the bigger size. I think the 13 by 19 or something like that. And that's like 10.
How much is that?
$10,000 now.
Is that 8 by 11?
$10,000. Wow.
The newer one of this is 8,000, but there's one that prints bigger, which is like $10,000.
And so, how
they're expensive.
The average working person who has that type of money?
I don't, but the thing is, though, like I said, I got a hookup on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be if he didn't hook me up with. He could have easily sold it. I mean, the software alone costs $1,100 just for the software that he gave me alone. Yeah. And the ink in there is like $1,500.
$1,500
for the ink, just to replace all my ink. It's gonna cost. It's laser, but you could print I print so much stuff already, and it hasn't even budged. Yeah, like let's put it this way. I really made my money back. If I would have sold everything that I messed up, I definitely would have made my money back just from the ink and profit. And I still got a whole bunch. Yeah, it's a laser printer. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been. I was thinking about maybe getting into a laser printer maybe next year. Just checking it out because, like I say, we do a lot of experiments to see, you know, what can stick to what can do what. You know, we do a lot. We do a lot of stuff.
That's the expanding. That's the business got to expand. Sometimes you look at different points. Like I started off as HTV, and then I got into sublimation. Converted an Epson 2720 printer, got me Cosmos ink and just threw it right in there. Now my next step, I'm gonna try and transfer over to DTF. I'm gonna get me Big Boy's ink and try and get everything, because that's the only way to go. You got to get quality, and that's how it is when it comes to certain things. If you want to have a good product, you got to put the money into a good product. It starts where you put the money in. You can't buy a cheap ink and then expect a good product at the end. You got to buy a good ink and then get the good product, and then customer be happy. You'll be happy because your shirts are coming out, your machine staying clean.
Yeah. I want to clear up a little misconception about DTF. You know, they say DTF is really hard to like to maintain the maintenance on it. And I tell people, I feel, in my opinion, it's just my opinion. If you was to grab a commercial printer, and a lot of people have the misconception that a commercial printer has to cost $10,000, $20,000. No, you can go get a used commercial printer for probably $500, $1,000. Used. Long as it's been well taken care of, and convert it over, and you won't have as many problems. I tell people, I think they try to bring a knife to a gunfight. You know what I mean? You can't take a desktop printer, you know what I mean, then ask it to do commercial work. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
No.
If you
Yeah.
if you wanted to do commercial work, you need to get a commercial printer.
Exactly.
And that's
You
what I'm telling
know.
people. When it comes to business, you gotta put in the money. If you could, then put in the money. You know what I mean? But you gotta start somewhere. But
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean?
I also tell people like this. There's a HP 15,000. That thing costs $350. You know what I'm saying, to buy. Now, even when I started with a desktop printer, the 3880. Now I have commercial printers. Now, like I say, I ain't too good to start at the bottom and work my way up. You gotta do what you gotta do till you get what you need. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man. Exactly. And then that costs money too. But if you're dedicated, exactly. Like I've seen it too. You know what I mean? Like I was struggling over a year ago, but now, I'm not struggling as much because I put all this money and I'm able to make money. And
Yeah,
that's
and
the best. That's the best feeling, man.
I tell people like this, man. You gotta eat your beanie weenies before you eat your steak. You know what I mean? You gotta go through your trash before you get to your cash. You know what I mean? So you gotta grind before you gotta grind, put in the work, and if you do it right and you do it correctly, it'll pay off in the long run.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, learn from your mistakes too. Because trust me, I've learned a lot from the mistakes. In this business, but I've learned not to do them again. But
I
yeah,
also feel
Exactly.
like coming from that your view, your mindset's just different. Like you do certain things the normal person wouldn't go out and do. Like if it's raining outside, you don't care if it's raining. You're gonna go outside either way. You're not gonna make an excuse. You're gonna hustle
no,
hard. You got that mindset of
Oh yeah.
I don't have anything. I didn't have anything. So now that I'm actually getting this, I'm gonna keep getting in, and I want more because
yeah,
I want to keep going.
You,
yeah,
you know
for
what I
sure.
when I first started, when I first started in the t-shirt business. First of all, I was coming from trucking, so I'm just giving you paint a picture. I come from trucking. I was kind of, owner operator. So I'm not used to really making just regular money. I'm just used to making a couple thousand a week. You know what I'm saying? And so I did. Was really tired of being on the road. You know what I'm saying? I want to be home, kids getting older, all that. And so when I first started the t-shirt business, the first 6 months I didn't make no money, like none. You know what I'm saying? Because I was still trying to figure it out, and going through the vinyl, going through the sublimation. I think I had some Christmas orders. I think the first 6 months, and I was like, I messed all of them up because it was, I couldn't give them what they wanted. And after that, I told myself I wasn't going to, sell any more shirts so I can give the people what they need. And so that first 6 months, it was real painful, very painful. Because like I said, I didn't make no money. I'm talking, you'd be lucky, if you ever go to the vinyl store, like we have a vinyl store in Dallas, you go to the vinyl store, spend a couple of $100, but you ain't making no money. You know what I mean?
No,
But
yeah, trust me,
you
I
see
know,
all
man.
you see
Yeah,
all this cool and neat vinyl. You know
yeah,
what I mean? But you tell somebody you want something. I got this cool vinyl. No, I just want the regular plain white and black. You know what I mean?
yeah. Trust me, I know.
So,
Like same thing
so
with the glow in the dark too, man. Yeah, trust me,
oh,
man.
I love that glow in the dark. But nobody
Yeah,
would want it. So I had like $700-800 worth of vinyl. Nobody really wanted. They just wanted the standard colors. And I was just really, I knew that wasn't the way for me. And so when DTF came out, it was like a blessing because I can put anything anywhere on any color, any garment. There was no limits. There was no limitations. You know what I mean? And
yeah, I
so
know.
what?
Yeah,
And
when I
so
got
what I?
that, trust me, man.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know you was like,
yeah. My
because it's
mom was
like.
blown. I was like, I put this on the cotton. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, because as a t-shirt maker, man, most people is doing sublimation, and
Yeah.
the first thing come out of people's mouth, I don't want to wear no polyester. Nobody wants to put polyester on. You know what I'm saying? Especially 70, 80 degrees in the summer. Only time I'm wearing polyester if it's a football jersey or a basketball jersey. You know what I mean? If it ain't no basketball jersey, nothing like that, put me in some cotton. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got you, man. Yeah. And that polyester it's not cheap too, so you're not really making your money back.
Exactly. So, that's one thing, like I said, I really loved about, like I say, the DTF is that, I could actually give my customers what they wanted. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
What do you want? You want it on silk, you want it on cotton, you want it on rayon, you want it on
I can do
wood, you
that too.
want it on
Yeah.
plastic. What do you want? Because we're going to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? The worst thing I hate was telling the customer, I can't do it. I can't do it. You know what I mean? Or I don't know how. Because that's just turning money away.
Exactly. And that's why I'm looking to convert into like DTF, because I was looking into different printers like DTG printer, that white toner printer he has behind him. And then I was looking at also DTF printers, and just the price standpoint of going to that high of investing that much is just like I can do a cheaper route and start making money the same way. And as long as I maintain it and know what I'm doing and know how my machine works and knows how to fix it, I can make it go. As long as you put the effort into learning everything.
Yeah.
And from my understanding, it's a better quality too. That's the thing too, because we all have a name and a reputation. I want to put my name behind something that I know it's gonna last. It's gonna stand up. I know after about 5, 10 washes, I don't have to worry about it cracking or peeling. You know what I mean? So that was very important too.
Now,
For me,
how much does a transfer cost if you were to get about let's say about a 12 by 12 print?
So let me say this. Everybody's different. I don't believe in that. That's what made me different. I don't believe in the norm. You know what I mean? So what it costs you to make that might not be what it costs for me to make that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like number one, I really don't sell transfers. My job is to give you a great product. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't sell transfers. I sell the printer, I sell the ink, I sell the powder, I sell the film, I sell everything. If I sell the transfers, where you gonna get your money at? I know it's enough money to go around, but at least I'd rather you one of my customers, you buy ink, powder, and film from me, you buy the printer from me. I know somebody that's close to you that wants some transfers. I'm gonna send them your way. Because you gonna keep coming to me getting ink, powder, and film, because I'm gonna keep the best product. So why I can't throw you a jug? Why I can't throw you a solid?
Yeah. That's what I like, man. I like that mindset. Like that's how it is, connections, and that's what I was saying last week. So it's good to have connections, because that's how it's gonna. You don't want to throw the other man down, because you never know, that person can help you out. Just like, because my boss, he does t-shirts, and if let's say bitter about him doing t-shirts, he has better stuff than me going for him to advice, he would have hooked me up with that. He would have kept it, away from me. You know what I mean? But speaking of what you said, Big Boy, about the quality, when I first started doing my transfers on the shirts, they were coming up messed up. Like, they will start tearing up easily. I had to figure out the best pressure. So I got the Teflon pillows. Now when I press them on using that, like, the quality is great. Like, I'm also in shock with how great the quality was. Because last time I was just feeling it, I was expecting it to, and I was in shock. I was like, it's not peeling. It's staying on the shirt.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing, though. It costs a lot of money. I mean, the paper on that, for me, average like 2,020 cents. Times 50 that I had to waste. You know what I mean?
Well, and you know what? And that's I
that's
think
knowledge, though.
Yeah, and you know what? And that's that's the first thing I definitely tell people with DTF. Like, when you first get this, some people, they get it and they already have orders. No, you need to learn the process. You need to learn the curing process. You need to learn the pressing process. You need to learn the you need to wash it a couple of times. You know what I mean? Because
That's what
I
I
feel
did.
like
Yeah.
let me ask you a question. If you don't follow the directions correctly when you press vinyl and you wash it, it'll peel. It's just like
Exactly.
anything. If you don't do it correctly, you know what I'm saying, then ain't nothing gonna work right. You know, if you don't sublimation, if you don't pre-press that shirt, you know, with sublimation, you know, you're supposed to pre-press it. The more heat you get with sublimation, the more vibrant the colors are gonna be.
Same thing with this over here.
Yeah.
For me, before I put the adhesive, I have to make sure that the bottom plate on my heat press is warm, and then you have to
Yes.
peel that quick. So it's a process. So if let's say once I press it for 120 seconds to put the adhesive onto the ink, if let's say I wait like 3 seconds too late, I mess up the whole transfer. Because if it starts getting cold, you mess up the. So for this right here, I've learned you got to be quick at certain steps. You got to be quick. Because if you're not quick, you know, you're going to mess up. And selling the transfers is one thing, but you doing it, if you're not willing to learn and everything like that, you're going to waste so much money. Because I didn't realize how expensive this was. I mean, I can get glow in the dark ink. That's expensive. I can get glitter ink.
Oh yeah.
I can get temporary tattoo ink. I can get metallic paper, which is expensive. There's just a whole bunch of things that I can do with it. But if you start messing up and you're not learning, man, you can easily waste $2,000 just messing up if you don't learn.
You know,
And that's
and I tell you like this, but you know what? I'm sorry. It's glad that you did that. You know, even though you wasted, I'd rather waste, you know,
I got knowledge,
money.
man.
Yeah. I would say I'd rather waste the money in the beginning in learning than give it to a potential customer and mess up and you done lost that customer. You know what I'm saying? So
One thing
yeah.
I realized working retail, big boy, if you lose one customer, you technically lose 20 customers.
Oh,
You
oh,
get what
that's
I'm
a
saying?
lot. Yes,
You
sir.
get what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Because let's say that one customer loves your product, you're gonna get 20 people probably coming to you. Then they keep coming to you because they like your product. But if you piss off one customer, you think that they're gonna recommend your product? No.
Exactly.
You
You
get
know,
what I'm
and that's
saying?
what. Oh yeah, like in business, I say it all the time. If you ever go, like, say you go to McDonald's and somebody doesn't like it, the first thing they gonna do, let me replace it, cause that burger might cost them $2. You might mess up a customer for life. So if somebody
Exactly.
have, well, I'm not gonna say if somebody just have a problem. I'm just gonna, but you know, at the end
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end of the day, I want my customer to come back. You know,
Yeah.
that bottle might have cost me X amount of dollars, but in a lifetime, that customer might have spent X amount of dollars. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And they'll
So
bring their friends and family to come to you. And that's how you have to look
because
at it when it comes to business.
And
it
I was
goes back
watching.
to.
I
I'm
was
sorry. I'm
watching.
sorry.
I'm sorry. I was watching one of your videos where you actually brought your customer a printer because I guess it messed up during the shipping process when it was coming to his house. I guess the guy ended up dropping it down and he didn't have a printer. And instead of not refunding him or anything, you personally went over there and you brought him this printer. You helped him set it up. You made sure it was all good, and that's customer service right there. Buying that from any other company like Amazon or anybody like that, they're not gonna come out and come personally set it up for you. That was
No.
like something uh, a real businessman, somebody who understands, actually took the time and went to do the customer service part of the job and understands that the customer means everything.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm still small enough to know that, you know, people count. You know, and that was funny because like I say, he had he had he was waiting to get into DTF. We work hard, you save your money, you're doing sublimation and you're doing bottle. You don't want to weed anymore, you know what I mean? And so the
Yeah,
printer
true.
gets to his house. He said he's inside the house. He lives in an apartment upstairs. He said he heard it's a loud boom. He come downstairs, and the UPS man is trying to drive out, and that's his printer. So yeah, I'm like, he was in Houston. I'm in Dallas. Say, don't worry about it. You know, I appreciate him giving me time because I don't just sell. Just because I get a printer, don't mean I'm finna get it out the door. No, I'm finna get that printer. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna inspect it. I'm gonna check it out, and I'm gonna make sure that you know what I'm saying, it's working correctly before I send it out. Because you know what, like the bumper sticker says, shit happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, same
So,
thing over here. Like this right here got messed up. As you can see, the tear right there, and that was messing up my prints. So I had to make sure I got a replacement. And the company that hooked me up with it, they normally don't sell this piece, but they were able to find one. Gave me a sweet deal on it. They didn't even charge me taxes or shipping. They just gave me a nice deal on it, and they had it out a day later, and now I'm back in operational. So I'll
yeah,
always go back to that sales representative because he helped me out. He took care of me. I want to make sure that he gets my business now.
exactly. And that's, you know what, I look at it like this. It does me no good to sell you, and I say this all the time. It does me no good to sell you a printer, sell you this stuff, and then you can't use it. You know what I mean? I want all my people to be able to come back. I want them to have the best quality product, you know, because if you do, like I say, word of mouth is, you know, it's gonna, you know, bring it right back to me. But I like to have the best. I like to be associate myself with the best. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
you know, and then just seeing people shine, seeing people make money, and you know, I think everybody in the t-shirt business could have their own business. You know, I think like there's enough money for like everybody because everybody got to wear clothes every day. Every day you're gonna put some
Exactly.
clothes on. You know what I mean? And you know, especially in like today's world, you know, we like to help each other, you know, support each other. So, you know, I think everybody, you know, can do this. You know, I tell everybody, man, you need to get your product, you know, get your product and just push it, man.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why, when I started, I wasn't even thinking about the money, man. I was just thinking about perfecting my craft, I knew I was gonna waste a lot of money, but the way I look at it, knowledge doesn't come for free. People go to college and
Yeah.
spend thousands and thousands of dollars. And that's how I look at it
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to my business. And yes, I wasted a lot of money learning this business. I wasted a lot of money because of this printer. But at the end of the day, that knowledge is what's going to make me even more money. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I'm continuing every single day to learn the process, learning just how can I make it better? How can I, make it to where I'm proud of my product? You know what I mean? And just
Exactly.
continuing on. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And you know what? You know what I tell people? You know, a lot of people ask me how I do it, how I did, you know, what I did. And I tell them, you know, I tell people if they find this formula right now, if you try this formula, I think everybody could be successful. You know, everybody's not able to do it, but I tell people like this, you know, when you go to work every day, you give these people 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, right?
Yeah.
If you in the beginning, it might not happen in the beginning, but if you go to work on your side job 8 hours a day, or your excuse me, not side job, your t-shirt business, 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, not in the beginning, but eventually, I promise you'll start receiving full-time money.
And speaking on that, I actually took that step. I was at a regular 9 to 5 job, and I actually was at a point where I was like, I want my business to be my main priority. I was like, there's other ways to make money, even though I'm not at work. Like I do other side gigs, I do other things. I sell even like a couple T-shirts here and there. Like I do certain things to make certain money and other investments. And now having that time to actually do my business is a lot more. I'm posting more videos. I'm going to be like doing more stuff. Once I convert over to DTF, I'm going to be like doing a lot more videos on that because I'm able to actually print the designs I want to and not have to wait for the transfers to come in. I can literally make a video every day, 5 times a day, printing different transfers, doing whatever, doing the maintenance, just showing my learning process. Because that's what I love about this is the whole process of just learning and how the t-shirt is and how it's made. Like just after you see something you made personally and you put it on a shirt, it's different than anything else. When you go and just stock a shelf, somebody's going to buy that, but you didn't personally make that product. When you personally make a product somebody buys, it's a different feeling.
Now, one thing I do want to say too is one thing I don't think a lot of people don't do, and I think that for some reason, people don't advertise. You know, people like I don't want to put my stuff in there because people gonna steal my designs and stuff. make some more. You made that one, make another one.
Exactly.
If you don't advertise, think about it. If you don't advertise, if you don't promote, people don't know what you can do.
And see, Big Boy, I'm sorry to interrupt, but let me tell you something. This is the thing what a lot of people don't understand with small businesses. It's not just buying the printers, the vinyl, the equipment you need to make shirts. It's about everything else, behind the scenes. You know what I mean? It's the advertisement. It's going to cost a lot of money. It's about you getting your word out there. It's about you going out there and putting yourself, wearing my product. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I went out and I handed business cards to businesses so they know who I was. You got to put the work in, because you're not going to sit here and then magically people are going to know about your business, because it's not going to happen that way. And a lot of people don't realize that.
Oh yeah. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, like what I did, and it cost me and it hurt, and I was super poor because I wasn't working. I would send transfers out to people like it was in the beginning. People didn't know what DTF was. If somebody don't know what, I send you a transfer. You know what I mean? Then you know what? Let me tell you something. The best way to advertise there is free. You have Facebook. There's 1,000 groups on Facebook that you can get in. You have Instagram where you can post every day. You have YouTube where you have TikTok. You know what I mean? And I post when I post in about 40 groups. Every time I post.
Wow.
Yeah, because there's somebody in each group that needs to see what I got.
Exactly.
Because this is what I do. This is how I make my money. There's like when you have a business, there's always something to do. What do you mean there ain't nothing to do? When was the last time you posted? When was the last time you helped somebody? When was the last time, I could I could be like a lot of these people and just fade into the sunset. You know what I mean? I make enough money. You know what I'm saying? But I truly want to help people. You know what I mean? So like my group, DTF for the beginners, it's growing. We adding 500 people a week. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I don't get paid to answer questions. I don't even want no money. You know what I mean? But I would just want to see people succeed. I want to see people make it. You know what I mean?
And I like
that's
that.
Respect. That's
I just want to thank everybody who's joining live. I got Big Boi Prints in the building, the DTF man himself, and also Cosmos Graphics. It's definitely I definitely love the part of just helping people and the part of business, because it's not about making the money. It's about the feeling of like giving the person what they actually ask for. Like, because most of the time when people are getting a design or something, I don't know about you guys, but it's for something personal. Like it's actually a meaning to them. And when they see that design or that family member or whatever it is on that shirt, they get a certain feeling, and that shirt is more than a product. Now it becomes like a bond. Like they keep it with them even after it gets tore up. They may even keep it stored up somewhere because it's a meaning behind it at a moment. And that's the kind of connections I like having with my customers, is just knowing that everything I make is gonna be good product, good quality, and you're gonna get exactly what you asked for, because I know you want what you actually want. That's the point in which you're bringing your money, because you could have went somewhere else, but you actually came to me for that. So delivering what you actually want is very important.
Yeah, I mean that's why it took me a while right now before I even launched, because I want to make sure my stuff is good. Putting all that money, but it's worth it, because in the end of the day, once you put the money and you put the work, the reward is worth it in the end. You know what I mean? Because speaking back on the job, there were times where I would put more effort in my 9 to 5 than I would in my business. Then one day I got thinking to myself, like, why am I putting all this effort into my 9 to 5 and they don't really care about you as much? They don't really care about you. So I said, let me just put it into my business. And once I started putting more effort into my business, I start seeing the reward, and I start seeing the progress.
I tell people like this: I ain't finna work hard to make somebody else rich. I'd rather work hard to make myself rich.
Exactly. That's 100%, man. Because what's stopping you from doing that? Because for me, when I started Big Boy, I was making less than $1,000 a month when I started this business. I wasn't even making $1,000 a month when I started, but I had to sacrifice. I had to sacrifice going out to eat. I had to sacrifice, I mean, there were times where my shoes. Well, I remember one time my shoes got really tore up, and my sister, she knew what I was doing. You know, she was looking out. She was like, "Why you don't buy new shoes?" I'm like, "All the money I get, it's got to go into my business." And she's like, "Let me buy you some new pair of shoes." So she went and hooked me up with some nice Adidas because she knew what I was doing. So she, you know, my sister, she looked out. She looks out for me, and it's just all my money just went in there. When I started making money in this business, I was like, wow, I could start making money. I don't even have to really spend as much anymore. So, because a lot of times I'll just take down payments. So if someone wants 100 shirts, give me the down payment and I'll use that money to get everything I need and then collect the profit afterwards. You know, I put myself in that situation where I'm able to do that. And just looking back at now, looking back when I first started and now, anybody can do it, man. You just got to sacrifice. It could take a year, it could take 2 years, but that 2 years is going to come by with you ready or not. And that's how I looked at it.
Yeah, you gotta invest and believe in yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm gonna put my money on me before I put my money on anybody else. You know, because you know what's on the line. Like, these people don't care about, they don't know your wife, they don't know your kids, they don't know none of that. But you know, you don't want your kids to go without. You want to make sure, you know, the wife, she likes to get to her and nails. You want to make sure she's able to do that. So, you know, like I say, and then you got to think about who's going to work harder for your business than you.
You. That's it. Because you're the CEO, but no one cares about you. No one cares about you making that money. You know what I mean? And then if you get employees, let's say, they can seem like they're cool with you and they like you, but at the end of the day, they're not going to really care about it because they're just there for a paycheck. So you got to keep hustling and making sure that you're making that money so your business doesn't go down. Because I know a few people that had successful businesses, but once they start making that money, they just left employees running the shop and they go on vacation and everything, and they lost so much customer service because they weren't showing the same customer service as the owners were. So, you know, you always got to be on top of your business because it's like your baby now. You know, I look at this as my baby. You know, I gotta take care of it, you know?
And I feel like you have to have the drive. You have to have that drive to like just keep going and like not to interrupt you, big boy, but just like if you're not really gonna put 100% into something, then you shouldn't do it because you're not passionate about it. Like if you have a reason to do it, and like my family, if I don't do this and I don't make it, then what's gonna happen? I'm not gonna be able to support them. That's my drive. I need to be able to support them. So no matter what, every time I wake up, I'm gonna go out there, do what I have to do, post a video, either if I'm working on a behind the scenes doing a design, I'm going to end up doing something every single day. So that way, every day I'm working towards that goal to be able to launch something and make that product. And it's definitely a blessing just to even be here and be able to do everything because I just went through a hurricane and I'm just here to happy to just do this t-shirt stuff and be able to do interviews and blessed. That's all it is being blessed.
Oh, yeah.
As long as you put it out and help other people, I feel like a blessing to come back because I'm not asking for anything. I'm just trying to put knowledge out.
Amen. Now let me can I tell you fellas something?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Definitely when it comes to like working and doing your own thing. See me, one of the main things that I really love about this, the whole the t-shirt business. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. People they be calling. One thing I can definitely say is that I don't want to pass down no job to my kids. I want to pass down their business, pass down their legacy. Now, right now, you know, like I say, it's, you know, I don't think nobody business is where they want it to be. But you know, if you continue to work and build, you know, you can pass down something to your kids they don't never have to go work for nobody.
Exactly. That's what I don't have kids yet, but once I have a kid, that's definitely something that I've been thinking about where it's like, I want my kids to have a better life than I did. You know what I mean? And just got to keep working hard, got to keep hustling, man. And just, you know, got to keep focused. And yes, I want my business to be successful, more clientele, sure. But at the same time, I'm happy where it's at because at least I started. Like I mentioned, I just started right now. All that time wasted, all that knowledge, all that money wasted on like what food and video games and stuff that I didn't need. At least now I can look back a year ago and be like, hey, I got this a year ago. Hey, I got that when I first started. And I just seeing the build up. You know, that's how I look at it. And that's what keeps me going.
That's amazing. I like that that you guys have like that passion and drive, and everybody has their own thing just pushing them. Because myself, I have that same thing, and I'm just happy and like Big Boi Prints. I don't know. I'm really excited just to even get into DTF, and I've been looking at your videos and stuff just because not even like when I get into something, I like doing research because I like knowing where my money's about to go. So I'm not just going to throw $500 into a printer and then be like, all right, let's go ahead and watch a YouTube video now. No, I want to watch the YouTube videos before because I didn't pay for that printer yet. Somebody else paid for it. And now I get to watch it, learn all the information, and something broke, how they fixed it and all that. So once I do get a printer, I know it's a good brand. I know the ink I got for it is good. I know it was converted properly. And that's just the business of doing research because you don't want to buy a commercial printer or a heat press or something that's unreliable that comes in and is not going to do what you want it to do. And then you have to go through a refund process because that refund process is off the bat going to take like 7 days just for the product to get back. And then 14 days sometimes for the money to hit your account. And it's just a holding on the process. You just want to know your product is good, what you have is ready to go, and your business is just steady moving. Because once you're on a stall, no money's coming in. So you got to make sure you're able to move. And that's why I like how Cosmo Graphics has multiple heat presses. And once I do get it bigger, I want to have multiple printers just in case one printer has a mishap. I'm still able to print out on another one and still able to get that customer the product they wanted. Now, Big Boy, I know you sell the ink and you sell the supplies. How do you recommend somebody who's getting into this business? Like, I see you recommend the P500. Like, do you sell the printers already converted for the customer?
I don't really. Well, I do, but I really prefer not to. You know, like I said, a lot of the stuff that I do, I really do like to really just help people. You know, there's a lot of people who just like want it converted, and you know, they'd rather not worry about messing it up. Like I say, I prefer not to sell it. I did in the beginning, but now, like if you was to get a printer, you'd have to like come to me. And I will show you how to clean it, how to maintenance it, because if you don't know what you're doing, you can mess that print up in a week, mess it up in 2 days, you can mess it up in 1 day. You know what I mean? So you really need to know definitely like I say the maintenance. I don't say you're gonna mess it up in a day, but you really need to do your research with DTF. You know what I mean? Especially like the maintenance, the cleaning. So what I like to do is just show people, how to maintenance and clean their printer so they can be successful. Because if they don't know, oh, you sold me a bad printer, all this and that. So it's just
exactly.
best, yeah. And like I say, I have a name and a reputation. You know what I mean? And I don't want to, because you didn't do something right, I'm not going to let you bash my name. And that's just me. I'm going to protect what's mine. You know what I mean? Because like me, what I do, I mean, I used to I'd send somebody print and I'd record it, print, before it's recorded print, and, things happen. I'm not going to say it's their fault, you know what I'm saying? But it's just better for me to, hey, you come over here, I'll show you how to do this. And like me, really, I got an Epson dude. I got an Epson technician. So like if I prefer to sell printers to people who live kind of like close to me. So if something does happen to their printer, the dude that I buy my printer from is a certified Epson technician. He can go over there and be like, okay, this is what's going on. You know what I mean? Because
That's
what's
cool,
more
man.
what's more I mean, my name is very important to me, you know what I mean? So I don't want
That's
nobody
serious.
exactly. I don't want nobody talking, like I said, I have, I do good enough with my ink powder and film. I don't have to sell a printer, but I just want to, you know, I want to help people out when I can, if I can.
Yeah.
And that's what I love most. I just like helping people because that's like the most like best feeling I have is when somebody else is in need or somebody needs something and you're just able to provide it. And I feel like that's what a business is all about, because I don't feel like a business should look out to try and get the money firsthand, because everybody's trying to get the money. We understand you're trying to sell a product, but what do you have behind it? Like, why do I want to buy your ink? Why do I want to buy your t-shirt? Why am I investing my hard-earned money that I just work for into your brand? And that's what a lot of people need to understand is you can't just sell a product or anything like that. You have to have a meaning behind it. And that's one thing I feel like, Big Boy, you're really doing over there. And I like it. I met you from the very beginning. I seen you grow, and just seeing everything is just motivation, because you can see how a person really wants something and record it and see the process of the beginning, and just the customer service and everything you learn from that. And people's need to understand that when you go through something, you're gonna learn from it and grow. So even if it was a mishap or you feel like you're at the end, just know at the end of the tunnel there's light. You're gonna be able to make it through, and your business is gonna make it through as long as you keep head and keep going.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Another thing that I like too, man, I like to tell people, I tell people, like, if you have a really great product, if you have a good product, I think that's the main thing. You have a great product. If you have a good product, it's gonna sell itself. You know what I'm saying? If you put it out there, it's gonna sell itself. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
I think the most important thing is to have a great product and let the people know that you have a great product.
And the thing is, though, so I tried Super Color, and I can tell you right now off the bat, Super Color, it's better than probably anything. It's better than this. It's probably even better than DTF Super Color, but Super Color also costs a lot more money. And when I was watching videos of people comparing Super Color to DTF or to, let's say, for example, the what ink toner process, a lot of people are saying, well, time is money, time is money. And I kind of disagree with that, because you rather just rush out a product because you want to make money fast and then making sure that product is not good. No, I rather take my time making sure the shirt is good, making sure that my quality is good so the customer can be happy. Because the last thing you don't want is me rushing the shirt and I get it to the customer and I made some money, and next thing I know, I'm having like 10 people be like, hey, this is starting to mess up on me. This is starting to crackle and everything like that. Yeah, Super Color is good, but DTF is also good. White ink toner transfers are good. HDV is good. Sometimes for some people, you got to spend extra time to work on your product, to work on getting the project done before you can send it out to the customer. And then you just got to build that way. Then eventually you can buy DTF printer where you don't even have to worry about that, And that's the number one thing, is that just don't think of time is money, time is money. There's nothing wrong with all these other transfers. Yeah, there's one better than the other, sure, but it doesn't mean that, DTF is bad or this is bad. I mean, I've wear shirts where I'm pretty sure they're DTF and they're amazing. And, you go to like Hot Topic or Spencer's and you look at their shirts, they're probably all DTF. It kind of feels like this, but I'm pretty sure it's DTF. I'm 99% sure they're DTF prints, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that people think about the money so much to where that's what's going to crumble your business. It's just thinking about the money and not thinking about anything else. And another thing, Big Boy, do you think those shirts from like those stores, do you think those are DTF, or do you think they're like, what do you think? Or do you think they're like screen printing from like the stores? I'm pretty sure they kind of feel like this, but I want to say they're DTF prints. Like shirts that you get from store.
I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. I don't I'm so big I'm so big on supporting people that if you see me in the shirt, it was probably made by a crafter. You know what I mean? So I really don't really go shopping. You know what? Every once in a while, I'll go somewhere to like a bazaar to see what everybody is making. You know what I mean? Like the designs. You know what I mean? And I feel them. I think I think a lot of it is like, for me, is like screen print. You know
You
what I
think it's screen
mean?
printing?
I,
Okay.
I, I, I truly do, because a lot of these big businesses, that's what they're doing. It's either probably going to be screen print or embroidery, I think.
Yeah, my brother's
Because
actually a screen printer in New Jersey, and everything he does is like local schools, local teams, local businesses, local. Basically, they have a contract with a lot of people in uh, a lot of these places because they order a lot of t-shirts, like even basic events. Like let's say there's a fundraiser going on, his company would be the one to basically sit there and screen print 1,000 shirts for this
okay.
event or whatever. So I feel like even these businesses, they probably go to screen printers who are able to basically have that, because screen printing is different than what we're actually doing.
Yeah.
It's not a printer. You can't just interchange the designs. Once you do a screen printing
Because you
print,
need like a dark room
yeah, it's
to
that.
burn the
You
image.
have to,
Yeah.
because you have to. I believe you have to like torch it or something like that, and actually get the design into there.
Yeah, it's like
And
burning
once,
into it, like
yeah,
a dark room. You know, like the dark rooms they had for like
Yeah.
cameras. That's exactly what it is. Because I kind of was looking into doing it, but I don't know. It's just I feel like it's a big hassle if you don't have like the
So,
space, because you need a space for that.
so
Like
hold on. So let me explain to you why not. This is why I think they use screen print. So something like that is probably going to be like a mass production. And so they're
yeah,
probably going to go with the cheapest. And everybody knows, if you screen print, you can probably get it, 20 cents, 30 cents.
yeah, so
Now when you want to go to, what do we call it? Oh God, it's escaping me. But when you want to go to like customize like funeral shirts and stuff like that. Custom. There you go, custom. That's what I meant to say. When you want to go to custom shirts, that's probably when you go more to like the DTF and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Something that you're not gonna do a mass production on. That's you know.
yeah.
But it's just like I say, if I was a company and I needed like 10,000 shirts, I'm gonna go to a screen printer. But if I needed something just for like something specially done up, that's when I'd probably go with like DTF.
and
Because I don't
even
know.
even at, sorry about that.
No, they good. Because I kind of thought about doing it, but I need to find like a dedicated. I mean, I think I could do it in my other room, but I need to like make sure it's like really dark. Because like when you used to develop the cameras, you had that dark room, and that's basically one of the steps is you have to have like a dark room to burn the image into the screen, and then I mean I've seen videos about it. It's really interesting, and I know a lot of people like it, but at the same time, it's just a lot more work than people think when it
Yeah,
comes to
yes.
screen printing.
And see, that's why I say screen printers. So I'm gonna tell you the truth. I get a lot of screen printers. I get a lot of screen printers that want DTF. Because when you go into screen print, you're not doing 5 or 10 because you have to do all that work. You have to burn the screen, you have to wash it. There's a lot of good. So what they do is they'll probably start at 50, 75 shirts, but you have a lot of people who come in for like what you call one-offs. They might want 5 of
Yeah,
these, 10 of these. And so it's just a lot easier for them to do it in DTF, those one-offs versus, that way you don't have to, because they're not going to burn the screen for no 20 shirts. It's just not worth their time. It's not worth their money. You know what I
and
mean?
that's what I'm saying too. Like I don't have the clientele to do screen printing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I feel
But
like
then when you,
as a business, you have to understand where you are and investing in certain things that are unnecessary. Like if you have a DTF printer and you're able to print on everything, and you have a heat press that's able to press, I feel like there's really no need for another machine to do something that's basically going to do the same thing you're doing right now, unless it's going to be at a different like for a different reason, or either you're using it at like for a secondary or something like that. But as for primary, I don't see a reason of, like, if I have a DTF printer, like even looking to get a DTG printer or any other printer, because I already have something that does everything that I would like it to do. Like you say, you guys can put it on wood, plastic,
yeah.
cotton, polyester, just basically whatever I want, and just having that accessibility to do whatever I want,
Because with
it's just amazing.
yeah, because with that printer, there's like a whole bunch of paper. This paper is for like the hard surfaces. This is hard surface paper right here. And then you know how the film one looks like. Kind of looks like DTF. kind of looks exactly like DTF. And then there's different type of papers I can get and everything like that. So exploring this, allows me to open up more for my business. But at the same time, like I was saying before, you gotta know where your money's gonna go into, because you don't want to just waste a lot of money going into it. Because I don't want to be like, oh sweet, I can do temporary tattoos. I just gotta buy the kit for it. But that's gonna cost me with the kit and the accessories I need. It's gonna cost me close to $1,000 just for the kit. Yeah, it's expensive. I mean, the thing with Big Boy though, like I've been doing a whole bunch of these prints, and it hasn't budged really. The levels hasn't really budged at all, and I've done probably over 100 prints.
That's a lot. And see that what and I like that. It's definitely beneficial like that. You know what I mean? I just like I really wish definitely want you to check out DTF for beginners or Big Boy Prints, because that's all we do.
Because I do want to buy. I'm sorry to interrupt it, but real quick, if I am going to buy DTF, which I'm going to be looking at, I'm going to definitely buy it from you though. Like, I'll definitely hook you. Yeah, definitely reach out to you and get one from you.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you like this right now. The best thing is probably grab one of them P5000s. Boy, them things is amazing. The maintenance on them things. A friend of mine, he's barely maintaining that printer twice a week, and that's unheard of in DTF. Wow. I mean, it's just a really great quality printer. I cried when mine left. When mine left, I was crying. I ain't lying, like a little schoolgirl.
Because you get attached to this stuff, because it's what's your livelihood. It's what's making you money. So yeah, it's hard to, like, if something happens, you feel for it because it's what's keeping you afloat. You know what I mean? And you kind of attach to it in a way. Yeah, trust me. Like I kind of know how, like if my StarCraft heat press goes out, I'll be so devastated, man. And people are like, "Oh, you can replace it." I'm like, "Yeah, but this was what. If it wasn't for this heat press, I wouldn't be where I'm at today."
Yes, sir. Hey, it brought you a long way.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
and that's what it is. Like just being humble of where you start and where you're gonna end up is once you have everything, you're just more grateful of everything you did. Because I didn't have like a sublimation printer when I first started. I was just doing HTV and even trying to do like layering, trying to put one color on top of another. Yeah, I was like, this is like time consuming. Like I'm sitting here all this time and I could have just like printed out something. And then that's when I started researching. And honestly, I do like sublimation. I believe it's going to stay a part of my business, but I kind of wish I started off on DTF because it would have been able for me to do everything I wanted to do and still learn at the same time. And then sublimation printer would have been basically like a step down from DTF because it's basically the same thing, same ink and all that. But I can't wait to get into DTF because it's going to be fun just to be able to print anything I want anytime. And it's just like going crazy.
Trust me,
we
man,
put it. Hey, we put it on a tumbler yesterday. I don't know if y'all seen it.
The tumbler?
Yeah.
I think, was it the short?
Yeah, it's probably the one with the 90s there, man. We doing a lot of them. We definitely. I think the white toner and DTF probably be able to do the same thing because I think you have to put adhesive on the background, so it's pretty much kind of like the same thing.
Yeah, but with this right here, I'm sorry to interrupt. So, for example, I could put this on a tumbler, right, as is, right. Now the process is this. I think it was 100 and I forgot how many seconds. It's gonna be a cold. No, I think a warm peel under warm water. Then I'm supposed to put it in a conventional oven for additional 20 minutes. For me to put it on like ceramic for it to fully get strength. So I'm not gonna be doing tumblers on my wet ink tuner. So that's why I'm gonna reinvest into getting, because I used to have a Sawgrass sublimation printer, but I'm gonna get the F170 Epson sublimation printer so I can just do my mugs and my tumblers and mugs, because with this setup it's just too much time because I got to put it back in the conventional oven for additional 20 minutes for it to fully harden. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it, that step. But for everything else, it's worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So how big can you print with this?
Just the standard. Like
8.5 by 11.
Yeah.
Can you
Probably a
piece
little
it
bit
together?
bigger. You
Can
could.
you piece it together?
Yeah, the program allows me to do it. Yeah, like it's
Okay.
easy. It's user friendly, the program. So when I go to the program and I need to piece something, it basically shows you the dialogue and everything. It tells you how to do it. It's like one of the most easiest programs. And then it's what's cool about my program is that it has like a cost thing. So where it lets me know how much I'm wasting, what's my cost is. You can calculate your cost so you know how much money you're making off each print. So it has like that whole like setup on that program. It's really nice.
The best uni. Tell everybody I say hey to everybody in the comments.
Everybody
Thank y'all for
who's
coming
in the
in.
live right
Appreciate
now,
y'all.
definitely appreciate this.
Yeah, same here, guys. Yeah, but no, I mean, like, it's because I'm still learning, man. Because I don't know, I really like this printer, but I think in the future I'm gonna just keep it with for everything else, and then I might want to start doing get into DTF and do my shirts, and then doing just everything else, but not shirts with it, just because it's not bad quality, man, but it's just the setup. Like if you buy transfers, you don't have to worry about the extra setup. But for me, I had to press it 3 times. You know, you got to get that adhesive on the ink. Then you're supposed to. Then that's a really hot peel. Then you're supposed to press it on the shirt. That's a cold peel. Then you're supposed to press it one more time to make sure you're supposed to do it 3 times just for me to do a shirt. Now it is a lot faster than when I was doing HDV vinyl. A lot faster, so I can't complain. What I always say is count your blessing. This was a blessing. Count your blessing. You know what I mean? That's what I say. But
there's only one. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you good.
But there's only one thing I don't like about your setup. Only one thing. It's only 8.5 by 11.
Oh, you can get a bigger setup printer.
Yeah,
they go bigger.
Yeah, I know.
But that costs more money at the end of the day.
10,000, you know.
Yeah.
About 10
if
to
it
13.
if it wasn't so expensive, white toner
It is
would be
expensive.
the way to go. It would. That's why I said I think that's the difference between DTF and white toner. Is that you can go? Like I said, I recommend you go grab I wish I sold it last night. I had a 4880 last night. You know what I mean? It's a 17-inch commercial printer. And you can find them for probably about $1,000, $1,500,
Well, that's not bad.
$500. You know what I mean? And they're meant to print all day and night, and it's a 17-inch printer.
I mean, like I said, like I said, I got the hookup on that, so I couldn't. You get what I'm saying?
You were supposed to get that. Hey, I ain't mad at that.
I got you. But it's expensive. I mean, I go on the website, Big Boy, and I look at the price. I'm like, what? I mean, it costs like $500 just to replace the white ink. Just the white ink, man. $500,
And I feel like everything happens in life for a reason. Like the reason why you were able to get that deal is because God wanted you to have that printer at that time, and for you to be able to have this.
I believe in that, bro. So, I believe in that, but it's worth it. Listen, is it expensive to get into it? Yes. Like if you're like just to get into like a $4,000 one and getting everything, you're going to be spending close to 10 grand. Now, again, since I got it, I did over 100 prints, and I still got at least 500 plus more prints until I got to replace the ink. So the money's there, but setting up is very expensive, more expensive than DTF. I mean, even you're in shock at the prices. I mean, even like I see your reaction when I tell you the pricing. If I want to do like glitter, it's going to cost me close to $1,000. If I want to do temporary tattoo, it's going to cost me close to $1,000. The paper, some of the papers are very expensive. I can get metallic paper for it. They're I think about like $4 a page for me. They look really nice. The metallic, I can get like everything for it, but it's gonna cost money in the beginning. But once you learn it, but at the same time, this isn't for someone that's on a budget. You know what I mean? It's like someone. It's kind of like the Lambo of printers in this business in a way. You get what I'm saying? Like only certain people. You get what I'm saying? Like you can't go to a Louis Vuitton get a Louis Vuitton person and complain like, hey, well, I can get it cheaper at Walmart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it with that. Yeah, because if anyone's watching, you want to get into the white ink printer, it's very expensive in the beginning. Can you make your money? Yes, you could make your money 100%, but it's gonna cost you thousands and thousands of dollars just to get started. So I would go with DTF, to be honest with you, if you're gonna get started, because
I think the key selling point on a white toner would be the maintenance. You don't have to
there's
worry
no
about
maintenance.
the
There's no
maintenance. You don't have to worry about the head clogging. You don't have to worry about, if I'm gone for a week or two. That's how I would, definitely go into it. You know what I mean? And then, like I say, everybody journey, you know what I'm saying, is different. You know what I'm saying? You was blessed. Like an 800, there is no way you supposed to pass that up. You know what I mean?
With the program too, big boy.
Yeah, exactly.
The program costs $1,100 on its own. $1,100 just for the program.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, you truly blessed.
Bro, it's like
count your blessings. Like, keep it and run with it, because not everybody's able to be fortunate enough to be in a position where they get something like in a discount price or even a connection to be able to bring something in, and just being able to have that is just amazing, because now you're able to get started. You got your business started cheaper than everybody else, and your return point is going to be a lot quicker, because it's not a higher price that you started off at. So now once you start making profit, it's going to be a lot quicker than other businesses.
Yeah.
And like you said, starting off with DTF, that's what I'm going to end up doing. I'm going to go to Big Boi Prints, give me ink. Thinking about the P500, I'm going to do more research, and definitely going to end up converting real soon, because it's going to be fun just doing everything. Because I see you guys have your printers, and Big Boy got the ink over there, and I like the process. Big Boy, how much is it just to start up on DTF? Like the ink you have and the adhere, the powder.
Well, I have a Big Boy bundle pack. It's $2.99. It comes with your ink, your powder, your film, cleaning solution, and then this is really for everybody, but I am a authorized dealer with Cadling Technology. What they do is they do give you a 2-week free trial of the software for free. So I was like, I gotta be partnered with y'all, because you don't spend all that money on a printer, ink, powder, film. At least can you get a break? At least give me a couple of weeks, for the software before you hit me upside my head for that too. You know what I mean? So I definitely partnered with them because like I say, you definitely want to, like I say, give you a break, at least give you a little time to try to bring some of that money back before you have to pay for the software, all over again. So, that's one thing I definitely like about Cadling, and they user friendly. They are definitely, it's a really easy software. Pretty much you bring it in, you size it, and you print, or you duplicate it how many times you need it. It's amazing. It's not really hard to really program. But yeah, $2.99, like I say, 2-week free trial. I think the only thing you'll probably have to pay for is maybe the cartridges for the Pacific printer that you have. You should, like I said, you'll have everything you need. Low price, for the low price of $2.99.
And how much is with the printer?
Like I say, it just depends. Like I say, I tell people,
like $1,000. What would it get you? $1,000, like $1,000 printer. What would it get you if I were to spend, let's say, $1,000?
You can grab a 44-inch. Really, I mean, $1,000. You can grab a 7890 or 7900. You can grab, like I said, I look on Marketplace. I look on eBay. Brand new probably wouldn't get you too much. Maybe an XP 15000 or 8550. But I know 2000, you could definitely grab that P5000. Like I said, I personally recommend grabbing a commercial printer. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't want to.
If you were to sell it, that's what I'm saying. Like, you sell printers. Like, what would be a good printer?
If I was to sell something, I like what I'm saying, the P5000, I would sell somebody at P5000. I like to ask people what they want. What are you trying to do? You know what I mean? Because I can sell you anything. What is good for your business? What are you needing? Are you needing a 13 by 19? Or you needing a 17 inch? Because it's not me. You know what I mean? is what they need. What's gonna help them be successful?
Now does the
'Cause I'll-
P5000 print up to how much does that print up to? Like 13 by 19, or is it bigger?
17-inch. It's a 17-inch printer.
Wow,
But the
that's
best thing
crazy.
about it, the so we get into DTF. The best thing about that is it has a roll feed, because most people is not doing one shirts. You know what I mean? It has a roll feed. So say you have to print 14, you can print all 14 at one time. You know what I mean? So like most desktop printers don't have a roll feeder. You know, every time one stop, you don't want to have to go in there and roll and add another film. Go add another.
Big boy, can't hear you.
Big
Yep.
cartridges.
Oh,
So you don't have to stop every 5 or 10 prints to add ink. So it's really more of like the convenience and the sturdiness and the baitness. A commercial printer is just gonna make it a lot easier.
Yeah, which
At
one
the
were
end of the
you?
day, you want to work smart, not hard.
Oh yeah, for
Exactly.
sure.
That's
Sometimes
what
spending
I'm all
extra
about.
money is where that. Yeah. So which one were you looking at? The Lost Entrepreneur, the 5000.
Yeah, I'm looking at the most friendly, most easy to use, most.
Yeah.
And one thing I like is the ones that I'm able to create videos for, like something I'm able to like do, because not a lot of people have videos that I like. When I go look for something, I'm like, they stopped at a point where I wanted to see this, and then now I'm not able to see it. So I get a little irritated because I'm looking for a certain point in the video and it's not in there. So now that
Yeah,
I'm
same
able
thing
to
here,
have
man.
a printer, I'm able to make what I want and show actually the problems that I had with it. So that way, if
Same
somebody else has that problem, they know exactly where to go to, know exactly what piece they need, know exactly who to go to, because I'm able to drop it in the description and they don't have to go looking on Google, go looking anywhere. It's just, I got this from Big Boy, and you're able to get it from bigboyprints.org. You already know. But
Yeah.
just like that, it's easy to access. And I don't know, that's what I like, is just user friendly and just being able to have videos behind it and know that the product is good. And if it does mess up, I'm able to find out how to fix it.
Yeah, same thing with this printer, man. Like I tried to find a whole bunch of stuff that I needed help with and I couldn't really find it. So that's why I'm doing videos with my experience. And especially when I need to, replace, this piece right here, I was able to let, anyone that has the problem that I had, where to go, how I did it, and hopefully they have the same result as me. So that's why, I've been doing videos about this printer. I mean, I love it, man. And I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm still kind of like thinking, like, okay, should I go DTF? Okay, if I want to, but see, then again, like you're telling me $2,000, and I get that big size, for DTF. If I were to go even a size smaller with this, like if I go the next size up, big boy, it's gonna cost me about $10,000 to $13,000. You
I
get what
just
I'm
can't.
saying?
Yeah, I just can't.
Yeah.
If it's gonna do the same thing, same quality, why spend that extra money?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because I'm still trying to learn what is the difference between TTF and white toner. You know what? Why is TTF's priced this much? And this is because you don't really hear people even using this. Very rare people you hear people using a white toner printer. You know what I mean? And you mostly hear people using DTF or screen printing if they're not using HTV. And my buddy that sold it to me, he bought the next one up. You know what I mean? And that's why he was selling this, and he had good luck with this. So I'm guessing he likes it, but I'm guessing for him, when it comes to TTF, is the maintenance, and I think that's why. And he did tell me TTF is newer than white toner. He said it's a newer technology, but just the process. I mean, if you buy transfers, even the two process set, whatever. But for me, just to put an adhesive, 120 seconds for each one. That's 2 minutes. So, but at the same time, it's still saving me time than if I were to do HTV all the time, just reading everything out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go, because I was kind of debating if I were to go up higher, do I want to upgrade the white ink tuner or should I get a bigger DTF? And you're saying $2,000. That is way cheaper than this when it
And
comes to
that's
the
a
big.
steal, because like the printer you're gonna have, that you're gonna have a reliable ink going into there,
And see,
and it's gonna be working.
let me say this. 2000 is for a brand new Epson 17-inch printer. You can find a 4880 for $500-$600, which is pretty much the same thing. I just say a P5000 because most people want a new printer, with a warranty. You know what I mean? But like I said, I just got a 4880. You can find them online all day long, $500,000, and 500 plus the ink. You could be up and running for less than $1,000.
That's crazy, man. I didn't realize it was that cheap just to get started, man. That's
see, and that was the whole reason why I went to DTF, because I ain't got all that money. I tell people, I don't have all that money to start. Like I say, at first it's just something part time. I might have 1,000 or 2 over here to maybe to invest and try to make it grow. Now, once like your business is really good, then I can maybe see investing into a $5,000, $10,000 printer. But basically, like I say, like in my story, it was just like I needed something where I could give my people, put it on different garments. You know what I'm saying? And it's not gonna kill me. I think the average person has about 1,000 or 2, maybe, that they don't. You might have to do a little sacrifice and. But they can come off of that. You know what I mean? Like now, if they come up on a deal of the century like you got, they would be crazy not to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I had to take it, man. Because I can probably easily sell it for 25 as it sits with the program. Easily if I want to resell it. But I'm not going to do that. I was blessed to have it. You know what I mean? Still learning it, and I'm pretty sure if I go to DTF, it's kind of I'm going to be used to it because it's kind of like DTF. Like. That's what I've been hearing. It's just like I heard that DTF is just a lot easier doing it at home because it's a lot faster. But with this right here, the quality is good. It speaks for itself. It's good quality. You know what I mean? It speaks for itself, and that's why I don't mind going the extra mile because of the quality. Now, if this looks like crap and if it starts breaking and everything, then yeah, I would be like kind of bummed out. But I just gotta make. See, and see, this is the thing though, and I just thought about it right now. I'm gonna make my first $2,000 from this. I'm going to you, big boy, because I'm gonna buy that printer, that P5000.
No, it's not me. You're not giving it.
Oh, you're not selling it.
No. Okay, hold on. So hold on. No.
I want to buy it from you. I want to buy a printer from you.
Yeah, I guess you could. No. This is like I said. I try to tell people to get the best, even if you don't get it from me. I wish I did have a bunch of P5000s to sell. You know what I mean? But no, that's
I thought it was coming from you.
No. See, I'm like this. I don't care where you get it from, just as long as you get it. The P5000 is a brand new printer, so that'll come from. Like Epson. You still have to pay for your cartridges and your chip resetters and your tanks and stuff. But I'm just saying, it's just a whole lot easier for you to get it in. Like I say, if I get the cartridges and ink in there, put it in there, I have to definitely put my little tax with it, which is why pay me when it's so simple you can just do it yourself. You see what I'm saying? Because now there is people out there that be like, I just want you to do it. Okay, if you want to do it, I'm gonna put my little tax on it. Hey, cool, no problem. But like, I'm all about saving the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause like if something happen, you ain't gonna be able to be like, big boy, what's going? You'll be able to kind of be like, what? But you gonna have to get in there and get your hands dirty and see what's going on and fixing it. Now,
same thing with this. Same thing with this. I had to take like this apart. I was nervous, but I'm like, I gotta do it. So I had to take this whole assembly apart, just put the new one and figure out exactly what happened. So, that's another thing too. By me getting this, it just taught me a lot about things where my Cricut didn't teach me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so I feel like I'm more ready for a DTF printer because of my knowledge with this, me having this.
Yeah. Now I like me, I do more of like the commercial printers. Like now that is a commercial printer, but I do more like
you said this is a commercial printer?
Huh?
Is this considered commercial?
Yours?
My printer, yeah.
I'm not sure. Is it? I've never really got into the white toner. Like the commercial printer is more like it's built more for like, okay, you see how they have some machines and printers that work. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, they have like some, you know, you have some machines and printers that work like nonstop all day, like 24/7. They might stop it just to change the inks and it's right back on. That's what, you know, like I say, pretty much more like what I sell, just a commercial that you can print with this thing. It's built to print 24/7.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I would love to get that. I mean, that's definitely something. That's why I wanted to come and talk to you about it, because I just want to know your opinion about my printer and everything like that, and what's your thoughts about it, and what's your main thoughts about my printer and like how it prints and everything like that.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have a roll feeder?
Oh, what now?
Roll feeder.
What's you talking about? Like a feeder, like the ones that's in the back of the printer?
Yeah.
No, like, it doesn't. I don't think. No.
See, me, I want something that's real easy. Like, I want to give me a shaker and a heater. I want something to where I upload the image. Say somebody wants 75 prints.
Oh, this prints out quick.
Okay, but then you gotta each time one is done, you gotta go reload another. You gotta go reload another.
Oh no, I put a whole bunch of them.
Huh?
Oh no, I could put 100 in one.
Oh, you can put 100 in there, and once it get done, it'll just
in the bottom right there. Yeah, I can. That's the bypass tray, and that's the main tray right there. And if I'm doing, let's say, like 1, I'll just run it through the bypass tray. If I'm doing, let's say, 100, I just put a whole bunch in there, and then I hit 100, and then within seconds, it just prints them out.
Oh, well, that's perfect. Yeah, as
like
long
100,
as, like I say, I'm definitely worried about one thing I love about your printer is the maintenance. The one thing,
there's no maintenance, man. Yeah.
The only thing I don't like, well, 2 things. The only thing I don't like about white toner, number 1, is the price. That's it.
It's expensive.
And then number 2, the print size.
Everything else you can get a bigger print size though. For sure. You can get a definitely bigger print size,
But that's like $10,000 for 13 by 19, right?
Yeah.
Like, so like I say, like my commercial printer, I can sell you a 24-inch, maybe 2,500.
That's crazy, man. Damn,
you know
that's crazy. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean, man. Because that's crazy.
You know, I guess I'm like this. I'm here for like the work. Like I can't afford 10,000. I can't afford 5,000. You know what I mean? So like I'm trying to think like the average person. Like I say, you got the deal of a lifetime. You got a really
good
deal.
Like I said, the only reason why I had this was because it just came. I mean, if he had a DTF and he was selling it cheap, I would have had a DTF. If he had like, a whole bunch of screen printing that he wanted to give away, cheap. So this was something that it was just handed to me on my lap. It wasn't something that I went looking for it. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm definitely blessed to have it, big boy, man.
Amen.
I can tell you right now, bro, like, even though with the extra steps I have to take, and sometimes I feel like I am complaining a little bit about it, but I'm still counting my blessings, man, because at the end of the day, man, at the end of the day, big boy, like I can do this on this 100% kind. I can't do this sublimation. I put this to the wash a few times, and look at it. It still looks good, and I'm still in shock, like how great the quality is, and I can actually do this. It's just that the price. I mean, just for me to buy ink for it, just to buy paper for it. There's a lot that I can do. Like if I want to do everything, big boy, right now, just with the inks and everything like that, the special ink, is there's glow in the dark ink for this as well. I can get glow in the dark ink, which I believe I gotta talk to my buddy again, but I believe $600 just for the glow in the dark ink.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy because my DTS,
but it's worth it.
Your inks is going to be the same.
But it's laser though. It doesn't budge the. Like I did over 100 prints and it hasn't really budged. You know what I mean? Like I can make my money, but for me to get everything, the glitter kit, the temporary tattoo, I'm looking at about $4,000 to $5,000 just to get all the accessories for it. That's just the accessories. We're talking ink and paper. But you're telling me that I can spend $5,000 to get an amazing DTF printer and say that's where it's like where I'm at right now. Where for DTF, can you do glitter?
Yeah, I mean, so what I'm gonna tell you is they have glitter film, they have the glow in the dark, they got
Okay, so they can do that too. Okay.
yeah, I got fluorescent ink, I got all, you know what I mean? They got it all. It's just technology. At the time, technology is gonna catch up with itself. You know what I mean? It's just like yours came out first, and then they came out with the DTG that was a little bit cheaper, and then they came out. It's just really like I say, technology catching up with itself because in the beginning we couldn't make transfers. Now the technology has come up with it to where we can make transfers, and it's just
And
like I said,
one
it's
thing
just
I like
technology. I'm
is just
curious what's gonna be next. I
exactly it's
think,
just growing with something. Like if you start off like his printer, the white tone printer has been out for a long time. A lot of people knows what it is, knows what it does, knows what it's capable of. But DTF is so new that not a lot of people know about it. Not a lot of people are
No,
like
I found the
they know
complete
different
opposite
prints.
of
They
that.
know that they can print on the direct garment, sublimation, and all that stuff. But then DTF is so new that if you get into it, you're able to grow with it. And then once it do get to a certain point, you already been through the technology part of it when it wasn't user friendly. That when it becomes easier to use, it's just even easier for your business and you because you're already set up. You're ahead of the game. It's just like if I would have just started now instead of last year, I'm a year late because I didn't start. But
Yeah,
getting
that's why I
started
look
is
at
the
it with
most important
business.
thing.
I think, I think like the tech. I think like a lot of stuff done caught up. Like in the beginning, they was like, "Oh, the maintenance and it's cracking." I just think it's been a while. Like I said, I have shirts that I've had for a year that have stood the test of time. They don't have no
Me too.
cracking. They know it's durable. I think a lot of people when stuff is new, they're scared. You
Yep,
know what I mean? But I
exactly.
don't want to spend all my money and get this, and then what if this and that? So I just think we done passed all our little check marks.
Yeah, I mean,
But
like I said, like not a lot of people know about what ink to. Because a lot of people when they see my film or they see this, they just automatically assume, oh, you're into DTF. I'm like, no, it's what ink toner. Then they're like, what is that? And then you're trying to explain it to them, and sometimes it feels like they're not really grasping it. Thinking, oh no, that's DTF, and you're trying to explain, no, it's two different setups, two different things.
yep,
And I
You
feel
know,
I feel like because as a customer, they don't really know what something is made of. They just know what the product looks like, know what it is. Even when you go buy the food, you go buy something. Sometimes you don't know what that that food in the grocery is made of. You're just buying it because you know it tastes good. You know you like the
yeah,
flavor. You know the packaging's cool. Like even prime drinks, little energy drinks, all these energy drinks and stuff. There's a whole wave going around of hydration drinks, and now everybody's hopping on it, and all the brands are going on it. It's just like it's crazy.
yeah. My wife banned me from energy drinks, man.
Yeah, I
I
don't
was
do
out.
energy drinks at all. I drink
I
water.
used to, but she banned me from it. She's like, "You can't drink this." I'm like, "All right, all right." 'Cause I know it's
and you
bad
know
for you,
what?
man, but
But I remember before I got into the DIY game, they was like, I was working, and they were like, you would go to a couple of construction sites, and they were like, this is before I even got in trucking and all that. Like when it first came out, they wouldn't even allow like construction workers to even drink energy drinks. Like if you were like on the job, you couldn't drink
yeah.
the energy drink.
I
I
took
don't
a
know why.
class. No, I took a class, and the reason why, same thing with Gatorade. The only reason why, because you don't know someone's health condition, because how if that energy drink, how if they have high blood pressure, and they don't know, and they're out there on the roof, and then they drink it, and all of a sudden they had a heart attack or something, and they fall from that roof, you're responsible because you. So that's why they don't allow any of that on construction site. Only why, because sometimes you don't even know a medical condition that you have, and what happens if you supplied that? Then that's liability for you, liability for the the homeowner, and everything like that, or the business. So yeah, especially here in Michigan, man, it's construction here is crazy, man. Because when they start late, they would have the roads block up for until summer because you can't pour concrete in cold weather. And man, Michigan, man, it's crazy weather, man, over here. When it comes, especially when it
Ooh,
comes to the
Lord.
whole,
Hey,
yeah.
what part of Michigan you in?
I'm like 2 minutes away from Detroit.
Okay, I used to live in I'm gonna give Detroit. I'm gonna give y'all props, man. It look a whole lot better. I used to live. I
Yeah.
not live, but I used to be in Taylor. I don't know if you ever
Taylor,
heard of Taylor, right there by
yeah, I'm not
Dearborn and
that far.
stuff.
Oh, so yeah, I live in Dearborn. So you live in so you used to live here in Michigan, huh?
Yeah, I used to. Well, back in the day, we all used to have hustles. I used to see. I think y'all had like Comcast, and I used to be down there going door to door. And and I think my biggest competitor was like Wild over West,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was.
yeah, I have Verizon internet. It's the best 5G internet, man. I have
Yeah,
Verizon. They have the internet, yeah.
yeah,
But
man. I gotta give Detroit they props, man. They started to build it up. I used to go to Detroit, boy. Oh, that might be because it used to have like a lot of snow and stuff.
you know how it is, big. Yeah. The thing though, like, there's a lot of people from Detroit coming up with their own T-shirt designs that I met. I mean, it's beautiful, big boy, because you got Detroit versus everybody, first of all. And then there's a lot of people coming up with their own Detroit brand. And it's beautiful. And then I've talking to people like that. People became very successful coming from that city. So me being close to Detroit and seeing a lot of success, because a lot of people talk negative about it. But I mean, Detroit, there's some really good parts in Detroit that's beautiful. You know what I mean? And a lot of rich people, believe it or not, live in Detroit. I know Tony Hawk. I'm not sure if he still lives in Detroit, but I know he had a mansion in Detroit. Tony Hawk at one point, and it's just there's a lot of creative people that's doing T-shirts here in Michigan, and a lot of them are from Detroit. A lot of them, representing their city, and
Yeah,
that
fashion
that's
intrigue arts.
that's beautiful, man. You know what I mean? Because last time I sold some vinyl to a couple, and they drove, you know, about an hour away. I mean, I was selling them a great deal or something, and he had his own brand, like Detroit, having like the city and everything like that. Looked really nice. So that's definitely motivation. And even in my city, there's a high end clothing brand from our city now, like very expensive. I forgot what it's called. I looked it up, and they're doing expensive. We're talking like Louis Vuitton level, like high end. You know what I mean? Like very expensive. And they came from Dearborn, and they're doing their thing now. Their t-shirt business, like they were given a free trip to Hawaii. That's how
Oh,
successful
damn.
they are. So if you bought from them, you get like these points, and they'll pay you a free trip to Hawaii. So that's the motivation. And a lot of people, like, you just gotta hustle, man. You just gotta keep doing. You gotta keep focused in the game. Yeah, a lot of people are doing the same thing, but it doesn't mean that you can't still get you know, your bread. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I
There's
tell
money
people,
everywhere.
listen, I tell people
yeah.
all the time. I tell people all the time, man. I'm just trying to get my meal ticket, man. That's all it is.
Hey,
I'm
man.
just, you get what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get my meal ticket, and I'm just trying to, you know, Jay Z, one of my favorite rappers, in on one of his songs, that he said he's like 9 to 5 is how you survive. I ain't trying to survive. I'm trying to live it to the limit and love it a lot. And
Hey,
that
man.
that's my motivation, man, because people want to survive and they want to hate on someone that wants to live life. I don't want to work 9 to 5 and just survive paycheck to paycheck. No. And that right there, like, even speaking about it now, I get a little bit goosebumps, especially starting a business, because that just that one line alone, it speaks volumes. You know what I mean? Because I'm doing this because I don't want to survive anymore. I want to
Oh,
live
yeah.
my life. You get what
You,
I'm? Yeah. Yeah.
you know what? Hey, I got it perfect. I seen a post one day, right? And it really messed me up. It was this young man. It seemed like he graduated from high school, right? And it was like money blowing in the air. And it showed him as like when he 18 to he like 65. And all this show was him chasing money from 18 to 65. And I was like, do I really want to do that? Do I really want to spend from 18 to 65 chasing a bag? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There has to be an easier way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I tell people all the time, in today's age, and a lot of people I think I'm crazy. A lot of people I think, like, what are you talking about? It's so easy to become a millionaire in today's age. It's easy.
Yeah.
You just got to put the work. If anybody
It's,
can become a millionaire, because there's so much opportunities for you to work for yourself. But a lot of people, they will look at me and be like, "Oh, you're wasting your." A lot of people think that I'm wasting my money. You know what I mean? But they're the same type of people that just bought the new PS5 and a $3,000 TV so they can
yeah.
play on the PS5. But if I spend $3,000 on a printer, that's a waste of money, because you can go to Walmart and get it for like $50. You get what
You
I'm
know
saying?
what? You know what? And that's the thing. You know, everybody don't see your dream. You know, everybody ain't gonna see your. You know, especially like, you know, I hate to say this, but like, you know, some people like you have to when everybody else tell you that it can't happen. Everybody tell you don't do it. You know what I'm saying? They don't know you. They don't understand. I mean, I've had so many haters, man. I remember somebody told me, you know, before I even got started, I said, man, I'm gonna give me some ink, man. I'm gonna give me some ink. And they were like, man, maybe you should wait a year or two. I was like, why would I wait a year or two? You know, I want to be one of the first ones out, you know. So, man, just follow your dreams. Like I say, work at it, bro. If you put in the work, like that movie, if you build it, they will come. You know what I'm saying? But I think what it is, a lot of people, they look for excuses to quit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, like for example,
exactly.
like you know how many times I wanted to throw my cricket out the window, man, and you know how many times I wanted to throw this out the window, you know, and you know coming across this, but no, because I said to myself, you know, I don't want this, I need this. You know,
Yes.
it's a difference between a want and a need. I don't
That's
want
what it comes
this.
down to.
I need to do this because if I don't do this, where's my life gonna be? You get what I'm saying? So, you know, you just gotta keep learning, man. You know, there were times where, like I said, where like I messed up so much shirts, but you know what? I may have messed up the shirts, but I got that knowledge.
Amen.
You know, and
I feel like you never stop learning.
No, you never stop
Every
learning,
day
man.
learn.
You never stop. You never stop learning, man. And watch those people that doubted you to put you down, because I had people that put me down, and people that I considered my best friends that put me down. One day they're gonna reach their hands out like this when they're seeing you making that bread. They're gonna, you know, not listen. If you're not with me with my struggles, do not come knocking on my door with my success. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, man, it's okay to spend, you know, $5,000 on an entertainment system, and that's not a waste of money, but it's a waste of money spending money on a printer or a vinyl cutter or a heat press or whatever for you to start something. And that's the thing with a lot of, and that's
that
people
all
that I
comes
ran
down to
into.
mindset too. Everybody has a different mindset. They
that's
have
why I like talking to you, Lost
yeah.
Entrepreneur, because you know how it is. Because when I talk to you, it's not like I'm talking to a brick wall, because when I seen your first videos, man, like I wish I recorded when I first started. My first video is when I started business for 6 months, and seeing you from your first video till now, basically I saw myself in that, where like you trying to figure out your heat press. You know, that's the first thing. Is like, man, like which pressure do I need to put it on? How do I set up my heat press?
I didn't even
You
know
get what
how
I'm
to
saying?
open it or close it. I plugged it in and turned on. I got scared. I thought my house was gonna catch on fire. I didn't know what was gonna go on. It was the first time I turned it on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And that's one thing I definitely want to tell you to do. I think you should put yourself around like-minded people, positive people, because there's so much hate, negativity out there.
Exactly.
Like I say, it's not too many people that's like in a t-shirt game that you can sit up and talk to. So find you somebody like me. I had, you know, role models. I had, you know, like I say, you know, the best unis, you know what I'm saying? The babies, booties, the craftables, the passionate intrigue arts, the 755s, JD's corners, you know what I'm saying? That had my back. That when I wanted to give up, they call me and say, no, you know what I'm saying? They keep me on track. So make sure you have somebody there in your corner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I like to come in here once a week, because just talking about this motivation, it's a drive, man. Because it's that energy, man. Because I had people like, you know, Cameo, Big Boy, that website Cameo.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a few artists on there, which they're kind of cheap a little bit, concerning the artist. And I remember I was talking about one of my, what I thought was, well, he's my buddy, but one of the negative people I was talking about. And I was talking about the Cameo and about what's it called? Like this particular artist, man, just put me down. He's like, oh, this artist doesn't know nothing. This artist, he's old. He was a rapper, and this artist, not a lot of people know about him. This artist is businessman. He's worth to 300 million. I'm like, I don't want someone that's worth almost $300 million not to shout out my business.
What?
You get what I'm saying? But he was putting me down a little bit. Oh, you don't. You get what I'm saying? For him to advertise my business, because I'm gonna do that. Once I get my business, I'm gonna pay Cameo artists to, you know, shout my business out.
And that all comes down to self-advertisement, even advertisement. Nobody's going to put the money into your business like you will. Nobody's going to drop $1,000 on something that you'll
but
believe
he was just
in
being negative about
because
that.
you're the only person that sees the vision. Like, you can explain somebody the movie, but if they don't actually watch it happen, they're not going to understand it. And that's how it is.
He'll keep telling me, well, a lot of small business fail. Oh, you know what I mean? He's the type of person that didn't try anything, doesn't want to try anything, but yet he feels like he has knowledge about what's going on, you know, with what I'm trying to do, with what I'm trying to accomplish. Yeah, you know, I realized, you know, sometimes like us entrepreneur, man, I know you for what, like over a year now, and I can tell you more about this business than I could most people because I understand where you came from and your struggles. And same thing with you, big boy, because you coming on here speaking that I know I can trust you with, you know, if let's say I'm having a bad day or, you know, I feel like doubt, and I know you're going to pick me right up and put me where I need to be to hustle. It started burning around people like, yeah, we told you should have just gave up. And I've had other people say that we told you the t-shirt business wasn't going to work out. We told you a lot of people do it. That's all I hear, man. You know what I mean?
One thing people don't have is patience.
It's a $9 billion a year industry, $9 billion, and you telling me you can't get a couple of 100,000?
You telling me 1% of $9 billion? Like,
that's what I'm
piece of pie. Give me some.
That's
crumbs.
what I'm saying. Big. That's what I'm saying. T-shirt. I mean, what people are gonna like go out naked? No, you know what I'm saying. That's what I tell people. I mean, like I live in Michigan. It's getting kind of cold right now. You know how it is, big boy. So I can start selling sweaters. I can do hats. Season. Yeah, I can do hoodies, sweaters, hats. With this printer, I can do supplement on wood, metal. I mean, the possibilities are endless, you know, when it comes to this, you know what I'm saying, with this business. Even if you don't have this print, even if you're just doing HTV, you know, people need shirts. People like customizing their stuff, you know what I mean? And I mean, I've seen success in it. That's why I keep going. Once you see that success, it's like a drug. You don't want to stop.
Oh yeah. Every month I try to make more money than I did the last month.
That's what it is. Man. It's a drive. Like, you gotta have that mindset. Like, certain people don't have that mindset. They would rather just go to a job for 8 hours and know they get paid $120, $150, and every day for 5 days a week they're gonna get this set amount of money. But if you have that mindset of, I want to make more than what I made last time, that not hours not determined on how much money I can bring in. I can make 5,000 in 5 minutes, and then the next hour not sell anything. It's just dependent on the entrepreneur and the business. But that's the beauty of it, is you're able to have no limit of how much you can make. And it's all going to be towards you. You own it. It's your business. You don't have to go work for somebody else. You're your own boss. You made this. And like Big Boy said earlier, you could pass it down to your children. You can have it go from generation to generation. You can't do that to a 9-to-5, no matter how much shares they give you or how much bonuses they give you. You can't pass down the bonuses and the shares to your children.
No.
You can't do that. But creating something for yourself, starting something on the side, even if it's something little, you can even like just make it grow. Just start it at least. And once you make that first step, have that first sale, make that first dollar where you weren't working for it for somebody else and you did it yourself, you're going to understand that money is different than what you think it is.
Oh, yeah. Because I used to do buying and reselling, man. And I made a lot of money doing that. But the whole buying and reselling, that's for a different topic, man. But
hold on. Can I say something? Can I say something about a goal? Oh, hey, Marilyn. That's my buddy. Hey, y'all check out Megan Merrill. She's dope. So I think like some people, they, you know, when I got into DTF, I had a goal. Because I remember we said something about a goal. I didn't want to make a certain amount of money. Because that's easy. I wanted to be the best DTF supplier, have the best supplier there is. And if you do that, and if you preach that, and you reach that, then you don't have to worry about money. If you provide the best quality product there is, and you put it out there, and people try it, money is gonna be the least thing you worry about. Like the only thing you're gonna be worried, your only worries about money is gonna be like, I need more money because I gotta re-up because they keep buying it too fast. That's the problem you're gonna have.
You just remind me of one of my favorite rappers, Master P. And I like his business mindset. and they interviewed him, and he was telling, and then he was just basically saying like, how can you give something to someone that has everything? And he was like, basically, I'm like a walking ATM. You know, people just want money because they know I keep making it. And that's the way I looked at it, was like, you know, like his mindset with making all this money, his businesses, you know, a lot of people know that he's not just a rapper, but he's also a businessman. You know, he has his own chips. He actually came up with like a new what's it called, cereal with Snoop Dogg, Snoop cereal, I think. I just saw it today. But when he said that, like, man, I'm just a walking ATM, you know, he just never has to wake, you know what I'm saying? He never has to worry about money anymore. You know, he was just basically, I'm just basically a walking ATM. People just keep coming for me money because I keep supplying, because I have that money. You know what I'm saying? And,
but you know what? You know what? I hate to interrupt you, but you want to know why?
No,
See, he's a walking ATM because he know how to keep reinventing himself. He knows how to make money. If I would go to
that's what I'm saying, big boy. That's exactly what I'm saying, because a lot of rappers, you know, don't have the money that Master P has. But Master
because
P,
he keeps his money. He don't.
because
it's not just about making.
he's a
It's
business
about how much you keep.
How he
you can make
invested
$1
it.
million and then your business expenses would be 1.5. So you lost about 5. But if you're able to passively have like a passive income to where every single month you're making a certain amount, then you know that next month that money's coming right back.
You know how great that
next
would
month,
be?
even though you spent it on this investment, you know the next month you're going to be able to invest again and invest again and invest again. And that's what it comes down to. Once you stop spending your money on stuff that you don't like, ain't going to work for your business or do anything for yourself, and is only going to be to help, then that's when you're going to see the money return, because you're keeping it. You're not just spending it and losing it.
No, because it'll be nice to one day say, I want to be a walking ATM, man. Like that right there was like, man, one day I want to be able to say that. But you got to work hard. You know, no one's going to hand it to you.
But you know
that's
what,
why
though?
I look.
And then why I say it's not the money. I don't think it's the money. I think it's the knowledge. Because if I was to see him,
exactly,
I wouldn't want none of his money. I don't want none of the money you got. Show me how you got rich. That's what I want to know.
And that's
Show
what I
me how to keep
learning.
Because there's a lot of people that went broke, got all that money and went broke. You know, that's why I be like, and you know what? I watch Master P too. He say it's so many of these people go sign these 360 deals. They wouldn't come down there and talk to Master P and ask him how
that's
he
what
did.
he said.
Yeah,
he
that's
got
what he
done.
said.
I think it was Kodak Black, I think, and he offered him free knowledge. He was like, I'm done giving people free knowledge. You want my knowledge? Pay me $100,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's tired, because he tried to help you so much people that want to get up, but they don't want to listen to him. They don't want to take his advice. You know, how would you not want to take advice from someone from Nicer Pete?
And sometimes you can't force that on the people. It's just they feel like they know everything. They feel like they made it to a certain point, or they've done something and they don't need the help. But as far as like me, myself, and like the people I keep around me, I feel like I can never stop growing. And no matter how big I get, even if somebody, I guess you can quote unquote say is smaller or not as big or doesn't have as much attraction, that don't mean I won't listen to something they have to say. Because a younger mind has fresher ideas than somebody else. So you got to stick with generation to generation and know what is actually being out there, what's popping, what's actually good in this day and world. You can't just focus on just sitting back and hoping the knowledge comes to you. You got to actually put in the effort.
You know what? I tell people like this. I'm going to listen to everything everybody got to say. I'm going to listen to everything. I don't care how dumb, how stupid it is. Now, what I do with that information is totally on me, but I don't mind. You know, you can learn from a fool. You know what I'm saying? You can learn from a fool what not to do. You know what I'm saying? So I like to do a lot of watching, and you know, one thing I learned is I used to when something happened, I would react, then think about it. Now I think about it, then reacting, because you know, you got to make sure, especially when you have a business, you got to make sure you make your next move your best move, because, you know, you never know what might happen. You know what I'm saying? You never know when you might run up on this person who's willing to, they want 150 shirts or 500 short shirts for next 2 or 3 months. So you got to make sure that, you know, that, like you say, like this stuff is a business. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of be careful. You got to learn a little bit of business. That's one thing I'm still learning. I have to learn like the business. Like I didn't think this would take off like how it took off, and so I had to learn shipping and advertising, and then you have to have people around you that you can trust because you can't do everything by yourself. You know,
and that's what I keep preaching is building a team. Is you got to have a team because one man and one woman can only do so much. But if you have a team that's more knowledgeable and knows certain things, just because you don't know something, like for example, if I don't know anything about advertisement, if I have somebody who knows about advertisement, I can either hire them or they can do everything advertisement, and there's my advertisement part of my business. But as long as you have that team member that you trust, that's going to be reliable, then I feel like that helps your business as well. And it's definitely just building a team. I feel like that's how successful businesses happen. Because like you said, Master P partnered with Snoop Dogg. That's being a team. They're two different entrepreneurs partnering with each other. And even though they have different fan bases, now their fan bases are joining together and they're growing together. They're learning, like everybody's still making money and still growing at the same time. They're not in competition.
That's not what a lot of people know about. Yeah, that's not what not a lot of people know about. You know what I mean? It's like, for example, let's take like Ozzy Osbourne. He has his fan base. Let's take Eminem. He has his fan base. How about if Ozzy Osbourne and Eminem made a song together? Well, guess what?
Yeah.
They're going to take each other's fan base, and now they're going to even grow much.
Collab.
You know what I'm saying? Like collabing. Yeah. Like, it's just like, if let's say someone didn't really like Ozzy Osbourne, but they listen to him with Eminem, they're like, Ozzy Osbourne's not that bad. Vice versa. Let's say someone don't like rap, but they see Ozzy Osbourne with Eminem, they're like, wow, that's actually not that bad. And then now they're going to check each other's music, each other's album, and then, yeah, that's just part of doing it. Oh, and 50 Cent also said something. Now, I don't want to hear, but
he's smart.
Like, what 50 Cent said was sometimes beef is good beef.
Yeah,
that's what he said.
Yeah, because it's bringing attention.
Yeah, let me tell you the story. You guys know Chamillionaire, right? The rapper Chamillionaire. Yeah. Okay, Chamillionaire. One day, 50 Cent said something about him, and now Chamillionaire didn't respond to him. So he saw him and he was like, "Yo, man, why are you beefing with me?" He's like, I could have made you a lot of money if you just said, "Screw you, 50 Cent," or something like that. It's like, what do you mean? He said that when you said that, people, they liked that tension. He said that you would have been advertised. You would have gotten a lot of money. He said, I threw a ball at you, but you didn't do nothing with it. You know what I mean? And then I like hearing 50 Cent because his points when it comes to business mindset and everything, like I pay attention to that. You know what I mean? And when he said there's good beef, when he said like there's good beef, and I was like, it does make sense. Because how about if how about if like you talked about me or I talked about you, they're gonna come check me out, but how if they like my work or how about they like your work? You know what I'm saying? But we're doing this by purpose to where that's how we're getting traction. So you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it's I definitely like that. I definitely believe in that. Like if I was get like I think Master P said it a long time ago, I ain't gonna never say your name. If I get into it, I ain't gonna never say your name because that's all I'm gonna do. If I say your name, then everybody's gonna go over.
I'm gonna promote you. I'm gonna promote you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna promote you. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Master P is one of my like if I can have a mentor of anyone in the world, it'll be Master P. Like if he could be my mentor, if I had the money to pay him to be my mentor, man, like I can learn because I like listening because I like his music, but I also like listening to him when it comes to his mindset and what he's doing and everything. He's the number one person in the whole world that I don't mind, that I would want him to be my mentor.
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you two people. I know one person that's have really good quotes and very spiritual. Check out Kevin Gates.
Kevin Gates.
And another person that's real good when it comes to money and marketing, Boosie.
Boosie, yeah, because they're self-entrepreneurs, they don't. And another person I like too is Russ, because he owns 100% of his entrepreneurship, like his music, his rights, everything. He created everything, and he sells out arenas and makes 100% profit from it. He talks about it all the time. He's like, why should I sign to a record deal they're gonna hand me this little bit of money and then make millions off me. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll rather take the little bit of money up front, invest it back into myself, and then grow.
You said Russ? Russ who?
Yeah, Russ. You know,
okay, Russ. Yeah.
Long. He's has long hair.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'll check it
You
out.
just gotta have.
Sure.
You know what? Once you get your fan base, you know what I mean. Once you get your fan base together, your people they pay for you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I want to go back to what we talked about, where people complaining about DTF or white ink toner printer when they try to compare it with Supercolor. Okay, Supercolor could be a better product. I mean, I've tested out; it's nice, looks good, but they keep talking about time is money. Time is money. No, man, like you gotta make sure you build your fan base. You gotta make sure the customers are good because they're the ones that are gonna keep coming back to you. But once you build that fan base, then you can afford, the equipment you need to produce it faster. But in the beginning, and that's what anybody wants to start a business, you're just gonna have to take much longer than someone that. Like, for example, like if let's say I were getting to TTF, Big Boy, you be a lot faster than me because you've been in the game longer. You know the game, you know how it is. I'm gonna probably take an extra 5 to 6 hours a day more just to get to where you are at. But this doesn't mean that I'm not gonna make money. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna be successful. It's just that it's gonna take me a little bit of time because I just got into the game versus someone that was in the game for a long time. You know what I mean? And it's just about learning how to play the game. It's learning about, it's just, you just gotta listen, you gotta just listen to the streets and figure out what's out there, what's good, and that's what I do. I talk to a lot of people, what would you see on the shirt? How, if I were to make you a shirt right now, what would you want on this shirt? And I've gotten a lot of different response to where I didn't even think about I should put that on the shirt. You know what I mean? A lot of people want crypto, crypto shirts. So I've got some crypto designs, and I'm gonna start selling crypto shirts. It's just all about listening what's on the street. Then also another thing I just thought about. You guys know that movie Joe Dirt?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember the part where the guy was selling the fireworks and he wanted to sell, he was selling the sprinklers, and then the guy was saying, "Where's the good fireworks?" And the guy was saying, I like these fireworks a lot more. That's why I don't have this. He was like, "No, man, you gotta sell fireworks that people are gonna buy, not what you like. You gotta sell fireworks that people are gonna like." And then once he took that advice, he was selling the fireworks. And I always think about that quote in the business. You can't always sell what you want. You gotta sell what's out there. You know what I mean? Like what people like. Yeah.
And definitely. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, because I'm gonna have to wrap it up right after this.
Okay. I was telling people I think I was saying earlier. Every once in a while I go to the bazaars. I go to see what you got to get out and see what people.
What's that? Yeah. What's that? You said bazaar?
Yeah.
What is that?
Okay. Kind of like a swap meet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the flea market, right?
Flea market. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't know what that was. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got I guess we call them bazaars down here where we go and they got all the newest urban stuff out. So I just like anything, you definitely want to go out there and see what everybody is wearing.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I do. I definitely like to go out there and see what's going on. Especially I give one trick for people. Since we make custom clothes, a lot of people love Jordans. They love Jordan. So when the Jordan come out, I got a friend. Every time the Jordan comes out, he already has a shirt for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's easy money for him. You know what I mean? Because sometimes these shoes have these crazy colors in there.
Color patterns.
And we can go on there, take a picture of it, load it up to wherever you're making a design, and make sure those colors are spot on. You know what I'm saying? So I think Jordans come out. I don't know. I don't wear them, but I think Jordans come out every week, once a month. I don't know. But yeah, that's easy money. You know what I mean?
And I appreciate all the information we had during this live. Appreciate Big Boy coming in and expressing all his knowledge.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Big
DTF,
Boy.
just even non-DTF stuff. And appreciate everybody that was able to watch the live and everybody who's going to be watching after. And just want to give a shout out to Cosmo Graphics again. Appreciate you joining me this week.
Appreciate you having me again.
Sadly, I gotta kind of wrap it up. I got stuff to do for the rest of the day. Appreciate you guys coming in, but go ahead and say you goodbyes to everybody.
Yeah, Big Boy, I want to say thanks, man. I appreciate your knowledge. I learned a lot, man, especially using this in DTF. I learned a lot,
I
and
wish I could go longer. I wish I could.
yeah, you're good. Yeah, and I appreciate like the knowledge, man, and helping the little guy out, man, and not forgetting the little guy, and not forgetting where you came from. And I do appreciate Lost Entrepreneur as well, man. Like I'm happy to do this every week. Just being around positive people, just getting that motivation. Keep going, keep learning. You know what I mean? So I do appreciate both of you.
I want to tell y'all
Appreciate you.
thank y'all for having me on. I appreciate it. It's always nice to feel acknowledged in the field that you're working in. To highlight me, I thank you. I appreciate it. Anytime y'all need me on, just let me know. And one thing for my boy Cosmos, next time you get one of them $800 deals, man, you let me know, all right?
I got you, bro. Yeah, because it's just like, and that's another thing too, man. It's like it's good to talk to people because I didn't know he does shirts, and he was just like he upgraded. He's like, hey, you want this? And he's like, here, give me this much. I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? So
and definitely, and having just blessings like that is just
Man.
how it is. And if you guys come into a situation where you're able to do something and you're like, should I put this money into it? My advice is if you have that extra money, don't even think twice. Just put it into it and do it, because you never know what the outcome is. Big Boy Prince is a big example. Started last year and look at him now, just nothing but growing. And you just
that's
gotta
motivation.
have 2 years. 2 years.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna say
motivation.
and I'm gonna say this, I really thank the people because they have blessed me, they have supported me, and Big Boy Prince ain't going nowhere. That's something that I'll be able to pass down to my kids, and hopefully they kids. You know what I mean? So,
and that's what's amazing. I'm happy for your family that you're able to provide something to pass down, because that's just a blessing in itself. So I hope that you keep growing. Cosmo Graphics, I hope the most success for you.
Yeah,
and I
same
hope
here,
that
man.
in the future be able to come back and just keep talking and just share everything that we learn with the people and just give our knowledge out and help. That's all I want to do is help somebody who don't know, like I was. If I was in this situation, I just want to teach. So that's what I'm here for. But I appreciate your time, everybody, especially you, Big Boy.
Man.
And you,
I say one more thing. I say one more thing before we go.
Go ahead, sir.
Y'all, please make sure y'all go over there to the Lost Entrepreneur, Cosmos Graphics, hit that subscribe button, click on that bell for every time y'all go live, every Saturday at what time?
We go 1 p.m. now, every Saturday.
Y'all make sure y'all tune in, because you never know. You never know. He might be hitting your inbox wanting you to come on the show.
And I'm also looking to get other entrepreneurs on here, because I have a friend who has a t-shirt business who doesn't even print himself. He fully just goes outsourcing. So I feel like having information on seeing that side of the business will probably bring some people knowledge too, because I don't know anything about just strictly outsourcing business. When I first started, I was like, I want to actually learn it and know the process. He thought about it a different way and went a different way. It wasn't wrong, and my way isn't wrong. It's just a different path. Everybody has a different way they go. So that's just what it is.
Yeah. And one more thing, man. I'm glad to have met you, Big Boy, because I know one day, GTF is going to be huge, like much bigger than what it was, where like Michael's is probably going to start carrying this stuff. You know what I mean? Like these stores.
Big Boy Prince.
And one day, and they say that's the thing, though. One day I'm going to tell people, like, yeah, I know this guy. They're going to be like, Big Boy? I'm like, yeah, we go live and everything. So, I'm going to have some bragging rights, man. I already do. You know what I'm saying? I'm being serious, man. I can see your stuff, like,
and
going
that's the
into
vision,
these places.
just seeing the vision of what we're going to. We all
and that's
have
why we
that.
always, yeah. But I appreciate both of you, and
appreciate you guys.
Can't wait for next week again and see what we talk about.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. I appreciate it, man. Hey, man, I love the show, especially last week. I love last week when y'all was like, well, I remember you telling me how you got your stuff and you put it on the plan, and how you was hard when you was paying on it, and but when you got it and now that it's all paid for, like you gave them the strategy breakdown of how you got your stuff, how you got your equipment, And I've been following Lost Entrepreneurs since the beginning too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
y'all
I
keep on
appreciate
working,
it,
man.
bro.
Everything y'all want is gonna come. Just keep working, keep pushing.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Appreciate
man.
you
Yeah.
guys' time.
I appreciate you guys. All right, man. I'll see you guys. See you guys in the next one. Thank you.
Peace out,
Peace.
everybody.